Breaking news. Breaking news.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The locker's back on the Sunday. We got breaking news. I just got off the air on Sunday Morning Sports Talk. I was going to say Bob. Mark Stoops has had a press conference. And I all along thought that Joey Gatewood would get an opportunity to maintain the position of starting quarterback after coming out of spring. About 15 minutes ago, well, it started more than 15 minutes ago, Mark Stoops announced Will Levis will be the starter of the 2021 season at quarterback, and Joey Gatewood will enter the transfer portal. I am your man, A. White. My man, V. Styles. We got him out. I pulled him out of the family moment because we had to discuss this situation.
Wow. Hey, that is crazy. I got my family shirt on too. Yeah, man. We are right now celebrating my sister-in-law's birthday.
Oh man.
And now we just shooting the shit now. We just talking. And I got a call. This is crazy. Now it all makes sense. Now I'm replaying this. I got a call from Coach O.
Okay.
I got 2 calls from Coach back to back. I'm like, what is Coach O calling me about? I'm like, nah, we in the middle of a story. I'm like, I can't answer right now. Now I understand why he was calling. He's calling because of the breaking news. Bruh, as I said, I'm gonna let you go. No, you kind of stated your point. I said all along that Joey would have to that's completely beat out. I knew it was Will Levis. It was his job to lose.
It looked like you froze, man. Oh, no, you good. All right. I say this, and you said it all along. A lot of people have said all along that they're bringing Will Levis in here for Will Levis to play. Not that it fits into your offense or anything like that. I just assumed that Joey Gatewood would get the opportunity to be the starter if he performs in this offense effectively, where he could pick up first downs. I don't care about the arm strength. I don't care about all the pizzazz. I don't care about running a 4-3. We had a quarterback that ran a 4-3. Now we're going to a quarterback that has arm strength. It was brought to my attention on Twitter that I sounded anti-Levis. I'm absolutely not anti-Levis. All I am saying is, if Joey Gatewood won in the spring, so you mean to tell me I was watching an amateur fight, and you know the SEC is NFL JV, NFL JV. So right. My point was, if Joey was not the man and he beat out Bo, then all of my I didn't want all my eggs to be in the Will Levis basket because I haven't watched enough of Will Levis. He played in the punk ass Big Ten. So and that's not that doesn't affect Will Levis. But my whole concern was, let me see that Joey can't play. And the coaches don't owe that to me. The coaches do not owe that they have to show Anthony White that Joey Gatewood can't be our quarterback. But I'm going to let you bring this point up because you said it. I thought about it, and Larry Vaught brought it up. But I'm going to let you bring up the point. So now Joey Gatewood is in the transfer portal. Are you surprised by that?
No, I'm not. I said it from jump that we have too much quality at the quarterback position to keep them all. Just think about it. You got one ball. You got Levis has 3 more years with us? I know he has at least 2. About these got 3.
With the COVID? Right? You mean with the COVID?
Yeah. So he's got 3 years with us. Guess how many years Bo has with us?
With the COVID?
5. Bo has potentially 5. Dude, last year didn't count, right? It was a free year.
He's been here 2 years, hasn't he?
No, last year was his freshman year. So last year was his freshman year, right? He can get redshirted this year, which will put him at 2 years. He has 4 more potential years left. So Bo's got potentially 5 years here. If Will Levis plays the whole year and doesn't get hurt and plays well, Bo can sit out the whole year and still have 5 years out there. So it's like, where does Joey fit in, right? Once they brought in Will, I knew Joey was gone. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna say, is the world is rude. It's a cruel world out here, right? If Joey went to Georgia, couldn't play, right? Auburn. Went to Auburn, couldn't play, right? They brought in a freshman, Bo Nix, came in and beat him out, right? So that kind of says something to me because Joey was on the roster 1 year, got redshirted, then a true freshman comes to beat you out, right? Then he comes here. Bo had his chance. He started against Georgia. So now he's got film in a real live action. So now a new coach, I've heard this a lot, is when a new coach comes, you didn't perform for the old group of coaches, what makes you think that I'm going to trust you to perform for me, right? So I'm going to bring in somebody whom is fresh, who doesn't have the old staff, and you're going to be my guy. And like I said, Joey from jump, Joey would have to legitimately beat out Will. It's kind of like a freshman coming in when there's a junior in front of you. The freshman got to be over the top better than the junior. And I'm going to say this, Joey did, in the coach's eyes, didn't elevate himself high enough.
Will left for school too. You putting all the onus on Joey as if Joey left for school. Will left for school that he couldn't compete in not a much lesser conference, but a lesser conference. I will tell you this. I will say this much. I will say this. And this is why I'm really upset. And Joey probably got a fair chance. And as you pointed out, and it's so eloquently stated, that the fact that Joey is knowing now you're not going to play, I think was determined the moment Will signed here. So I'm not even sure if it's a Joey thing, but when you're saying the film that Joey has, he couldn't perform for the old coach, you know who the hell the problem was with the old coaching staff? You had 3 quarterbacks that quote unquote couldn't play. So if all your students, if you are a teacher and all your students fail the test, do you reprimand all the students?
No. Dude,
the quarterback coach is gone. So I'm not saying Joey can't play. And he did put film out there. He may have put film out there because he was ill-prepared on where his reads were, because all the quarterbacks were ill-prepared on where their reads were. All I am saying is this Will Levis experiment better the hell work out. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this on record. They may feel like, let's go with Will, because if it don't work out, Bo has Peyton Manning intelligence. So if it don't work out, we just gonna start grooming you from the ground. The bad part is, as a team, we all gonna have to eat this season while Bo cuts his teeth.
No, not necessarily. Hold on. We both said when spring football started that Bo would be the starting quarterback next year. We both said that, right? We thought Bo would be the next guy.
Before spring started. Before spring
started.
Yeah.
That we thought Bo would be out Joey. So I'm going to say this. First of all, it's a cruel world. I said that when I started. I don't know how good Joey can be, but the world is cruel. And when Liam came here, he wanted to handpick his guy. If there was a guy that they could get that he wanted. Now, if they could have went out and no one took the bait or took the opportunity to come to Kentucky, he would have to live with the 2 guys on this team already. But when he was able to get Will Levis, whom no one, I know coaches speak all this stuff, that's a hand-picked guy. There is no, we reluctant to get this guy, right? It's not you can't say that. You went out for a guy whom you thought could run your system, and you went out and got him. He was able to come here. Once Will came here, it was over. It was no way Joey was going to supplant him. And this is the thing that got me. If this was, if this was a true 100% open competition, right? Will Levis would have brought his ass here for spring football. He would not have said, I'm just going to take my chances with coming here in the summer and beating out a guy who has played in the spring. So for me, it was obvious when he didn't come, when Will didn't come here in the spring, it was obvious, man. So I'm going to say this. It's not putting your eggs all in one basket, because you got Bo. If we didn't have Bo, I would be like, whoa, dude, y'all got to hold this competition a little bit longer, right? But since they got a guy who we both think can be the next one in the stable, then we're all good. So we already talked about this. Someone is going to transfer. It's either going to be Bo, it's going to be Joey, or Will's going to go to another team. We knew one of the three was going to have to transfer if they lost the position. So I'm not shocked. I am shocked that we learned this 3 weeks before the season started. I am shocked about that, though.
So you liking this, or so are you liking this to Tim Couch, Billy Jack Haskins? Billy Jack, you ain't do nothing really wrong, but Tim gonna play.
No, you're right. No, this is worse than that. And what I say, this is worse than that. And I'm a little biased because BJ was in my class. But what BJ had positive film. That last game he played at Tennessee was positive film. So we had images, results of BJ playing well in a system that really didn't fit him. Like I tell people all the time, Tim Couch broke BJ's record in high school. So that says Billy Jack was a damn good quarterback in high school passing wise. So BJ could pass. He just got in a system that wasn't a passing system. So BJ, to me, got a little more screwed over than Joey because BJ has shown on film that he can get the job done. Joey, it really has not. Now, like you said, that's not totally his fault, but it's just how cruel the world is.
Well, I keep coming across as a Will hater. I'm just asking all the questions I got to know. So when people ask me why this happened, why that didn't happen, Will, you're telling me what Joey didn't show and Joey didn't do. What has Will showed you? And this, he couldn't have shown you anything in this offense in 2 weeks. He couldn't have. I mean, he's shown arm talent. Only thing I can liken this to is they knew Will was going to start, and I will hold in my dismay with the decision. But he did Joey a solid rather than burning one of Joey's years, waiting for injury or a bad game. So he let Joey know, look, this is going to be the guy, sight unseen, but us, me speaking for Big Blue Nation, this MF better work out. It better work out.
I'm going to say this. You are right, and to a point, is that Joey did not wow them enough. If Joey would have won a spring football and did something like just some off the chart, they would have thought a second about it. But he didn't in their eyes. Now, I don't know. I wasn't at practice. But I'm going to say in their eyes, he didn't wow them enough to make them think about it. Here's the thing that they have in their back pocket. It doesn't have to work out 100% with Will because we don't know what Joe offers. We really don't know what Joey can offer, right? He just was here a year. But they got Bo, hometown boy. Let's say this story is great if it rolls like this. I don't want to roll like this. Let's say Will goes and crap down his leg. You got a Lexington guy who's the backup, right?
Right.
Who can come in, whom is a legacy guy, who can come in and then take the reins, and now that's his story. Now he can roll with this thing for 4 straight years. So I don't think there's he better light it up because we got Joey. Because we got Bo. Now, if we didn't have Bo and we had to go to Nick Scalzo or I can't think of the freshman came in, then we would have a problem. Because now you're putting all your eggs in this one guy basket because those other guys ain't ready.
So where we at? So we're at the 15-minute point. We're gonna wrap it up. So all this is breaking news. All right. So you conclude. So let me see what we conclude here. That you are fine with Stoops making this decision early because it helps Bo, and you are fine with him making this decision because that's why I say Bo. It helps Joey, but you're fine with him making this decision because if the Will Levis train doesn't work out, that's my issue. That you let a guy go who beat out a guy. But you're saying if Will doesn't work out, do you just gonna scrap this year and then work on Bo? or can you re-articulate that for me? If that's
Oh,
not
you don't
what
scrap. Hold on. See, here's the thing. Here is the bad part about this. No, here's the bad. Here's the part about it that no one knows. Everybody says, oh, they think Joey was the backup. Oh, they think Joey beat out Bo. In the eyes of the guys who might have saw practice, but we didn't see all the practice. I don't think all the practice was open. So in y'all eyes, not your eyes, but in some people's eyes, they thought Joey beat out Bo. So Bo is not the second stringer. To the coach's eyes, Bo might have been the backup.
And you know another thing I didn't even think about till you just put your point out. Now that you take Joey out of the Gatewood as a backup, if Will doesn't work out, Bo is taking second team snaps. And Joey, so he's not getting third team snaps. What is that? Two or three snaps per drill?
Well, it seemed to me in the drills I've seen, Bo was getting as many reps as Joey was getting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can't tell, but he seemed to have a lot of damn highlights.
Yeah. But he's going to get threes, but he's typically going to get threes, possibly.
Well, we don't know. It seemed like he might be going against twos. He seemed like he might have got some first reps. I don't know. I don't know because I'm not at practice. But I'm gonna say this is I like it for everybody involved because now everybody knows who is directing this team right now. Everybody knows who's the leader of that huddle. Everybody knows who's gonna get all the snaps. Everybody knows all this. The whole team knows. Now it's up on Will's responsibility to become that leader for the team. And if it seemed like he's done that. When he saw that picture with Wandale and Ali, I'm like, whoa, that's saying a little bit. And if you don't think this was orchestrated, you a fool. Because you said, whoa, Vince Morrow came up and said he laid some bombs. Do you think that wasn't like he just said that out of white, like he just off the top of his head just started saying stuff? And that was premeditated. That's why I kind of like it. They knew what they were doing. They knew they was gonna come out with this. So Stoops gonna say, well, since the word started getting out, I want to get in front of it. No, they created it. That coaching staff created it. Why would Morrow say the things that he said? Why would Cohen say the things he said, I think, a couple days ago? This is orchestrated. Some fans say it's not well orchestrated, but it was orchestrated because now you get out in front, you end all the speculation, everybody knows what's going on. Like it or not, that's on you. But they had a plan, they stuck to it, and it was obvious to me that Will was the quarterback with how everything went down. So let's see what happens.
Last question before we get out of here. Last question, and we're going to get out of here. Hey, locker room guys. We in the locker room. Locker room question. We locker room guys.
Yeah.
Wandale Robinson comes in, takes a starting spot. Jaquez Jones comes in, takes a starting spot. In the locker room. Van House, 1993 Van House, 1994 Van House. Is that any concern? Well, you take away the fact that you are a teacher's pet, you are coach's favorite. Is there any concern that all these out so nobody's hired is safe? Like we bringing guys in to replace you. By the same token, you are the same person who came to Twinsburg Heights, came to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, came to Tallahassee, Florida, came to Dallas, Texas, and recruited me out here. And the first chance you get, you bring a dude in one summer, and now he's the starter? What does that do to the locker room? We cool. The locker room gonna be cool after today.
Hey, I was told that nothing is promised. So I came in and took a spot. Somebody else, it happens. Now I'm gonna say this. This is when a problem occurs, right? If somebody comes in and he's not better than the guy in front of him, like he's not. And when I say better, you just can't. I want people to understand. You can't be as good. You can't be on the same level. You got to be not a rung. You got to be clearly better than the guy who's already there. So the guy's already there has put some cash in, cash into the system. The coaches know what they can get, know his positives, knows his negative, knows his pros, knows his cons, knows his limitations, all that stuff. Now you gotta come in and be a baller. If that kid is starting and is pretty good, you're gonna have to be that much better than him. Now, if you come in here and y'all about even, and this guy's been here 3 or 4 years, it might bring some, whoa, that ain't right. That ain't right. But if he comes and he's obviously better than the guy in front, people are going to say, okay, it makes sense, Coach. Because we trying to win, right? Now, it'll be harder for the guy who's getting jumped. If I'm the guy getting jumped, I don't like it. But everybody in that position room, like, yeah, dude, he better than you. They ain't gonna say it to you. They gonna come to you and say, hey, Van, dude, hey, Ant is just better than you, dude. I'm sorry, man, but they ain't gonna be like, man, that's wrong. They just gonna be quiet about it. They ain't gonna talk about it with you. So it depends. I'm gonna say this. I've heard some guys in interviews, or I haven't seen an interview. I've heard some quotes from interviews, and no one has said, I feel bad for Joey from one of the players. They've all said, I like the way he's playing. I think Pascal said something the other day. Yeah, he is playing. I like the way it comes off his hand. Wandale has said stuff. So no one has said, ooh, Joey is balling.
Yeah. Well, that's a different perspective. Like I said, it's all making sense. And as Doug said, if winning cures that, solves everything. If you're winning, nobody's gonna remember this. Just like me and you, probably the only people who ever really talk about, because I love Billy Jack Haskins as much as you did.
Yep.
I feel some type of way, even bringing in the first pick in the NFL draft. But I mean, Billy was a good dude. He looked out for me, man. Yeah. He looked out for everybody on the roster. So I see how, how that could be. But like you said, it is put in perspective. Will was going to be the quarterback. Bo is the future. And like you said, winning cures everything. If it don't turn out, I don't know if that's a good way to start your tenure with Big Blue Nation. That's kind of all I felt. And that's why I felt like Joey needed to get his start. But now it makes a whole lot of sense to me now that he made the decision to let Joey know that you're not going to be the starter, get you an opportunity to roll somewhere else for this fall so you can, start playing there instead of waiting in the trenches. So, man, I appreciate you, man, for jumping in real quick. I knew I had to do some backpedaling because it's been about 8 hours ago now. I just said that I assumed that Joey Gatewood was going to take the first snap. And but like I said, I mean, as you do, you brought comfort to me. You got me to understand the coach's perspective. And like you said, if everything's going to be good in the locker room, if it doesn't seem like this season's going to be a wash.
From a player's perspective, it does suck. From a player's perspective in that locker room, it sucks because now you say, whoa, this shit can happen to me too.
Nobody's safe.
No one's safe. So I understand. But I also think those players saw practice too. And I mean, are we saying Joey is some extraordinary? I don't think any of the players can say that.
Yeah.
Was he solid? Sure. Is he getting a raw deal? Probably so. It sucks because if Graham was still here, he might be the starter. But that's not how the world works. Shit happens. And I hope the best for him because he seemed like a real good kid. And I hope he can find a situation where he can play. And this is the thing what I love about the transfer portal, right? It kind of sucks when you doing everything right. You go through the season, you practice every day, you go to spring, you participate in spring, do what you're supposed to do, and then lo and behold, they bring a MLfer from somewhere else and put them over you. That's not nothing is fair in this world, but that doesn't seem right? But the thing about it now, we got the transfer portal. He can go somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do now. He can go somewhere right now if he wants to. That's the positive. So I hope number the best for him because he was a good kid. Seemed like a good kid.
He is a good kid. You saying he was as if you talking about an obituary or something.
Well, you're right. I mean, hold on. The Zipper Locker. There is an obituary for him with BBN.
Oh man, here you go. I will say this. Off of that, I will say this in closing. I will say this. I don't know if correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know of a person in the past 10 years, and that's dates even back to Joker. I ain't gonna say Joker. I'm gonna leave it to 8 or 9, wherever we at. That left the UK, that transferred from UK and flourished somewhere else, even lower division. Now we have some people play in lower divisions, but if you come down from Kentucky and go to a lower division, Jeff Badette might be the closest.
Nah, he didn't do that much.
No, what I'm saying, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying, but that's the closest.
Oh, whoa! No. The running back that went to Toledo or Central Michigan.
Was he player of the year? He went to Toledo. Was he player of the year? Brian Kovac.
Yeah, Kovac, but he started.
Starting now, no, you leaving here and starting somewhere. That's like me going to EKU and setting all the school records.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I'm saying. If you went down and you got to play, that's fine. But nobody went here and showed us, like, look, I could have played for you. That's what I'm saying. When they left here, their body of work showed that, hey, look, see what you missed? I could have played for you. I should have played for you. Nobody's done that.
No,
maybe Dusty Bonner because that's past my time.
Yeah,
because he won the Harlan Hill Award.
Yeah, that's true.
But other than that, Max Smith. Where did Max Smith play at? He didn't flourish, Doug.
Yeah,
I'm feeling somebody who went there and then put at another university showed that look.
Right,
we're playing for you.
Right,
we're talking about like Baker Mayfield,
right,
Jalen Hurts,
right,
stuff.
Right. Nobody. Yeah. No, that's a nobody.
Oh, he did. He was at San Diego State. Okay. All right, man.
All right, man.
Hey, man, tell your people happy birthday, man. I appreciate it. Hey, and everybody watching, man, if you enjoyed this, we do this every Wednesday, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Wednesday, check it out. We had to jump in here. I had to save my ass because I just said several hours ago that Joey Gatewood was going to be the starter, and I said why. We had to discuss how I concluded that and why what happened is or is not acceptable. I hope that you can accept what we gave you. All right, man. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you all for checking it out.
Yeah, man.